Okay. Okay, so hi everyone. So as I mentioned, we are going to start the class. So yeah, so this is the class what we are going to start, IPv6 addresses. So how many of you know IPv6? Just to say, be honest. So raise hand if you know a little bit about IPv6. Okay, थोड़ा बहुत भी IPv6 पता है तो raise hand. Okay, like this. Okay, so actually you are raising hand in Zoom application. So I'm just saying in the camera you can raise hand if you know IPv6. Okay, so let's discuss little bit IPv6. Yeah, Hitesh, tell me IPv6 is of how many bits?
128.
128 bits.
128 bits.
And hexadecimal address it's a.
Okay.
120. It is
Okay.
the latest version of IPv4. Sir. Latest version of the IPv4.
So IPv6 is not the latest version of IPv4. IPv6 is a different IP scheme. IPv4 is a different address.
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to OSI model, okay, so in OSI model, how many layers we have?
We have 7 layers.
Seven.
Seven layers, sir.
Yeah,
7 layers.
in 7 layer, in the network layer, we have this protocol called IP. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in this IP packet, so we can use how many? So in IP, we have IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, so my question to maybe like Hardev, Lavish, Yuvraj, anyone can answer. So, so tell me what happened to IP version 1, IP version 2, IP version 3, or IP version 5. So na kabhi IP version 1, 2, 3, 5. So what happened with that?
They failed in experimental stage.
Sir, वो experimental थे, वो failed हो गए थे.
Yes, they got failed because when IEEE tried to, who created IP addressing, they all created by Internet Assigned Number Authority. Yes. So this is the organization who create IP addresses, all the schemes, everything, IANA, Internet Assigned Number Authority. But when they try to research about IPv1, IPv version 2, IP version 3, IP version 5, okay, so they almost got failed because they were experimental. So ये सारे experimental थे, okay. So nobody likes. So the first usable scheme what we got, that was IPv4. But 1, 2, 3 was like not designed and not appropriate. But version 5 is created for VoIP. How many of you know VoIP? Voice over IP.
सर
Yeah.
बेसिकली आपका सर वो स्क्रीन में आपका कैमरा दिखाई दे रहा है, आप नोटपैड नहीं तो शो हो रहा.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है. मैंने चलो अभी वैसे क्लियर हो गया ना?
यस सर, यस सर, यस
Yeah,
सर.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So let me share that also.
Sir, IP version 6 also has built-in security, na?
IPv, yeah, there are a lot of features we'll discuss.
And they don't have any class.
There are no broadcast in IPv6, by the way.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now my screen is visible, everyone.
Yes sir, yes sir. IP for
Yes, sir.
addressing review.
Okay.
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so right now what we are going to do, we will be going to do a lab, okay, where first of all we will see, first of all I want to show you, like if you go to your command prompt and type here IP config, okay, so just check in your laptop guys, go to command prompt and type IP config. So can you see on your Wi-Fi adapter, because I'm using Wi-Fi right now, wireless. So on my wireless network, can you see some IPv6 address, link local IPv6 address?
Yes sir. Yes sir, yes sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Link local
Okay.
IPv6.
Yeah. So this is actually generated by all your computers. You can also check your computers, guys. Everyone have this IP address in your, like, because all Windows machines support IPv6, and by default, all computers generate self IP, which is called link local IPv6.
Sir, it's auto-generated or it will be changed like a
It's
interval?
yeah,
For a
it's
fixed
auto. Yeah, it's auto generated, and it is almost fixed because it is created with the help of MAC address.
Okay.
Okay, so if I show you my MAC address, ipconfig/all, so you can see this is your IPv6, right? And this is my MAC address. Can you see that? BDA something, E0 something. So somewhere down the line, you will see some digits which is similar to my. So you can see A8 something, or maybe I have to check 101 D1. It's not showing me properly, but it is actually created with the help of MAC address. Okay. So all link local address are unique because it's created with the help of your MAC address. So now let's discuss about IPv6. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the basics of IPv6 first. Okay. So, but I'll not spend much time because this is not IPv6 chapter. Okay. This is just an overview of IPv6. Okay. First of all, you need to understand there are IPv6 types. So, shuru kahan se kare? We can start learning IPv6 by its types. Okay. So if you check this addressing table, I hope this is visible. Okay, तो अगर आप ये देखें, so first of all, we have three types of addresses in IPv6. So one is unicast, one is called multicast, and one is called anycast. Okay, we'll discuss about anycast, but we do not have broadcast MAC addresses in IPv6. Okay, broadcast IP addresses. So in the unicast, so this is your public IP, which is called global unicast. Okay, so global unicast क्या आपका public IP है. Okay, link local is your private IP, like generated by computer itself. Okay, then loopback IP, you can create loopbacks. So this is like your default route. You can just type double colon with without 120. It's unspecified. So we can have a default route also in IPv6. So this is unique local, which is not used. This is created like private IP, but this is no longer used. ये बहुत like ये use ही नहीं होते आज की date में. Unique local is not used. So normally we use global unicast for public IPs. Okay, if you understand the pattern now, because I told you which IP global unicast. So if you check about global unicast, because this is my public IP, तो सबसे पहले, so we need to understand how this global IPv6 is divided. Okay, so yeah, so this is very important. Okay, so the most important address in IPv6 is global unicast. Suppose you get an internet connection and you are using like a Reliance Jio. Okay, so if you are using a Reliance Jio, okay, so you guys can check your IP address. You can go to whatismyip.com and then it will show you some IPv6. Okay, but I'm not using Jio right now. But if anybody is using, they can type their IP address in the chat. Okay, तो सबसे पहले आपने क्या करना है? So first of all, we need to see the. Okay, so these are the types. Okay, so now we need to focus more on the global unicast. So we need to focus more on the global unicast, and global unicast start from 2000. Okay, so and if you check this pattern, तो अगर आप इस pattern को समझें यहाँ पे, if you try to understand this, so who gives IP address first of all? Type in the chat. सारे IP address हमें कौन देता है? Who assign all the IP addresses in the world, which is IANA, right? So IANA, Internet Assigned Number Authority. So under IANA, so IANA is a big organization, but under IANA they have 5 regional internet registries. Okay, तो आईना के अंडर क्या है? बहुत सारी local registries हैं. Okay, under IANA, which is Internet Assigned Number Authority, according to continent, they have divided into 5 RIR. Okay, this is new for someone. Okay, so ARIN is for America, America Registry Information Numbers. LACNIC is Latin America Network Information Center. RIP NCC. You can check on Google about the full form. So this is the ReceiveX Internet Protocol Exchange. This is AFRINIC, Africa Network Information Center. And this is APNIC, Asia Pacific Network Information Center. And in Asia, then they are again divided their RIR. So one is Indonesia for China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Taiwan, Korea. So they have further divided their other sub RIRs. In Latin America also, for Brazil, for Mexico, for Chile. Okay, so for all of these, we have different, right? So now when we talk about IPv6, as I told you, so what happens? What is the story? So story क्या है? कैसे आपको समझ आएगा ये? How you understand? Okay, so I need to. So I think if this image could be bigger one, then it is fine. Okay, let's see. But it's a, yeah. तो इसको मैं लगा के देखता हूँ उसको. I hope it is visible, guys. I'll try to check if the pixel does not get affected. I cannot increase the size. Yeah. So I hope it is visible. Yeah. Visible है थोड़ा बहुत. Okay. Okay. So what happens, as I told you, the /3. Can you see that two? So the total IPv6 is 128 bit. Okay. So here what happens? INA, Internet Assigned Number Authority, gives /23 to RIR. Okay. So suppose you are INA. Okay. Not that INA. What we have? Mirror. Okay. So this is Internet Assigned Number Authority. So INA gives /23 to RIR. Suppose you are in Asia. So APNIC is going to get /23 block. Okay. So maybe Aaron is going to. Yes. So Aaron is going to give me that again /23, right? So then APNIC, because as of all, suppose you are in India. Okay. So what happens that APNIC, obviously for India, like suppose you are a ISP, suppose you work for Airtel. Okay. Airtel is ISP in India. Those who do not know, Airtel is one of the biggest ISP in India. So this is my ISP. So if Airtel wants IPv6, they will contact APNIC. So APNIC from this /23, they will give a block of /32 to Airtel. Okay, remember IPv6 is a 128 big number. IPv6 is a /128. So it's a very big number, right? So just imagine IPv4 is /32. So IPv6 /128. Okay, so what I'm saying, INA divide a network, like they have a range 2000, suppose 2000 something, it start from a number. Okay, so INA के पास /23 है. So we have /23 in INA. So INA gives /23 to APNIC. Okay, then this APNIC gives further to any ISP like Airtel, like /32. And then suppose you are a customer, like suppose you are a company, like your favorite company in India, Patanjali is okay. No, Patanjali is not okay. It's not an IT company. Let's call Wipro. Okay. So Wipro is getting /48. Okay. It means when Wipro is getting a network, so the first 48 bits of Wipro is going to be the network bits, but 48 minus 128, which is around 80. So Wipro has 80 host bits, like 2 to the power of 80 is a very big number. Yeah. So now Wipro has 48 network bits, 80 host bits, like 2 to the power of 80. Just imagine how much big number you are getting. And if you go back to the website, what I was showing you, INA, Internet Assigned Number Authority. And as I told you, I cannot buy IP address directly from INA. I need to contact APNIC because I'm in India. I'll go to apnic.net. Okay, I'll go to get IP. Okay, I'll go to this. You can check the fees. You can see the details. So if I want /24 IPv4, it is going to cost me the same what I'm getting IPv6. Just imagine. So what I told you, if you need IP address, APNIC is going to give you what? like if you are a big ISP, maybe Appnik will give you /32, but if you are a normal customer, Appnik will give you /48. तो आपको क्या मिलने वाला है? You are going to get, like, you are working, like your company name is Wipro, so you are going to get /48, and you need to pay this Australian $500 yearly for like one-time fee, and then annually you need to pay $1180. But if you are ISP, you need to buy this block which is /32. You need to pay little more, okay, like 1994 Australian dollars, which is around 2 lakhs. I think in India maybe more than that, I don't know. Yeah, around 2 lakhs. Okay, so 2.5 lakhs just ISP are paying to Appnik. Okay, it's not a very costly IPs. Okay, people assume that it's a very high. So suppose Geo is, but yes, if ISP is using IPv4, then it is very costly, because you are getting 512 IPs in the same price what you are getting. Like, just imagine to the power of 90 something, right? 128 minus 32. So you are getting 98. So 2 ka power 98 jo hota hai na, power of 2. Okay. So power of 2. So if you check the table, so just imagine to the power of, like, it's like 230. It's itna bada number mujhe dikh bhi nahi raha, I think. Okay, just you can calculate, or you can check a big number somewhere. Okay, so these are the two powers. Okay, maximum it is showing me some number till the 2 to the power of 16, but you just keep checking and you will get a very big number. So this is just 2 to the power of 29. So you can see 2 to the power of 29 is so big number. Just imagine if you are ISP, if you are a ISP, so 120, agar aap ISP ho, if you are ISP, so 128 minus 32, you are getting almost how much IP? 96. So just imagine 2 to the power of 96, how much IPs you are getting. Okay, I just want to show you also. The IPv6 is a very big number. This is called undecillion. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Undecillion or undecillion. Okay, so this is a very big number. Okay, so IPv6 is equivalent to 340 undecillion IP addresses. So this is like, just imagine this. ये वाला photo देखो, this image. Okay, so this is 1 billion. Okay, so 10 to the power of 32. Okay, so you are getting almost this type of IPv4 addresses in the world, but one undecillion is like 10 to the power of 36. This is the number you are almost getting in IPv6. It's a very, very big number. Okay, so if you give a IP address to all over, like all over the world, if you give IP address to you can say to each and every object, okay, so still your IPs are not over. Okay, this is very big number. This is the exact number if you want to know. तो अगर आपको exactly जानना है क्या है ये, if you want to know the exact number, this is the exact number in IPv6. So just see the upper one. Okay, do not see all the digits, just on the top, 2 to the power of 128, 340, 282, 366, 920, 938, 6463. Okay, so maybe we cannot learn this. We are not Ma'am Shukuntala. Okay, from she able to recall all the numbers, right? Maybe we can't. 2 to the power of 128 is so big number. Okay, so okay, I hope you got the point what I'm trying to say now. So IPv6, IPv4 has only this much IP, and IPv6 is so big number because IPv6 has 128. Okay, so now you understand, like 2 to the power of something, like the unicast IP addresses which I was talking about. Okay, so this is 3 bits reserved for Appnik. Okay, then they further give to the service provider or maybe to anyone, and then further they give to any company. Then normally companies can get up to 64 to something. So like in simple words, your 128 is your bits, right? So now it totally depends on you. So suppose your company get a /48. So 48 is your network bit, and 48 like 96 almost, right? Or no, for 128 minus 40, 80. So 80 is going to be your host bits. Okay, if your 48 is your network bits, okay, then 80 bits is going to be your host bits. तो अगर अभी भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है ना, don't worry. Let me give you a simple lab. Okay, let me show you a simple lab. Okay, let me open a lab here. Okay, so this is a big lab. Let's use a simple lab. Okay. Okay, so guys, this is the lab what we will see, and we'll try to do static routing of IPv6 today. Okay, so right now, if you do not understand these numbers, so let me tell you, like, let's take example. So IPv6 is like 8 groups. Okay, IPv6 has 8 groups. Okay, so IPv6 के अंदर कितने group होते हैं? IPv6 has 8 groups. Okay, so let's take an example. So your IPv6, let's understand you have IPv6 address, and this IPv6 address is your, yeah, so this is the number. Okay, 20010DF800F8. So it's a big number, right? So now, yeah, so it's a big number. So first of all, like, you cannot remember the big number. You can just try to reduce this number. Okay, you can try to reduce this number. Okay, just you can see by double colon. So where you see all zeros, तो जहां पे भी आपको एक साथ जीरो दिख रहे हैं ना, so where you see all like consecutive zeros, you can see in the group 4 and in the group 5, you see a consecutive set of zero. Yeah, दिख रहे हैं सभी को? Okay, so then instead of 000, we are going to type a double colon. Okay, so I think अभी एक और easy method लेते हैं. Let's use a normal easy method. Suppose you have IPv6 address, which is super easy. So suppose you have a number, like, let me increase the font. Okay, so suppose you have address 2001. Okay, so then you have a number like 1 2 3 4. Okay, 8 groups. Remember, 8 groups. तो ये कितने हो गए ग्रुप मेरे? यहाँ पे मेरे 2 ग्रुप हो गए हैं. So we have 2 groups now. Third group like 0001. Fourth group is 000. Fifth group 00. Sixth group, seventh group. In the last group, you cannot have all zeros because else it is going to be like your network ID. So let's call this is 1. Okay, now each group is of 16 bit. कितने bit का? Every group is your how much bit? 16 bit. 16. This is also 16 bit. This is also 16 bit. 16 bit. 16 bit. 16 bit. This is 16 bit. This is 16 bit. So 16 into 8 is like 128, right? So every group is 16 bit. So now tell me, if this is your IP in one computer, okay, and if this is your another computer, maybe we have IP address here like 1 2 3 4, okay, but if I give a slash value like 40 or maybe like 16 into 48, let's call 48. Okay, so now tell me 48 comes till how many bits? So 48 आपका कहां तक आ रहा है? So 48 bits is my till where? So 48 bits are my first 3 groups are my 48. Yes or no? Yeah, simple hai. Okay, so now if I give slash 48, so the first 3 groups are going to match because 16 into 3 is 48. Arjit, क्या चल रहा है? See, go and wash your face, guys, if you are sleeping. IPv6 is boring, but you should not pretend like you are getting bored, because else in interview you will feel the other guy is getting bored. Okay. So slash 48. So slash 48 is like first 3 bits. Okay, first 3 groups. So now tell me if I give this IPv6 address in PC1 and if I give this IPv6 address in PC2, will they communicate? What do you think, guys? Yes, no, put down in the chat. Yeah, so yes, they should. Yes, correct. Okay, so I hope you understand this slash 48. So now if I change this to like suppose 64, if I change my network bits to 64, then how many network groups will be matched? First 4 groups will be checked. तो पहले 4 ग्रुप्स को चेक करेंगे पहले. So we are going to check the first 4 group. So then again, if I add 16 bits more, like 80. So what will happen in this time? Like we are going to check first 5 groups. Can you see all these bits are matching? Yes or no? Yeah. So what if I change this to? What if I change this to 1, 2, 3, 4? So now tell me, will they communicate? If I change this number single digit to maybe 1, will they communicate now? No, because my network bits are different now. The 2 computers will not able to will not communicate within the LAN. Okay. So if they are now they are different network, and to connect a different network, we need router. Clear, everyone? Okay. So here I'm going to again take 0, and I can show you 2 computers scenario. So let me go to my lab. Okay, where I am have lab. Yeah. So this is the lab. So first of all, there is a lab. So, but before I start this, so maybe I can take 2 computers. Okay, so let's take like maybe I can take 2 Windows machines. Okay, just for testing, I'm taking 2 Windows machine. Okay, so these are the 2 Windows machine we have. Okay, so you guys can also use. Okay, so there are 2 Windows machine, and I hope everyone got a lab access. Yes, everyone. Yes, no. Arijit is saying no. Okay, have you checked your email? Because when you get admission on the same day or within like 1 day, like we share the lab access. Okay, if you have not got, just check with the support team. Hitesh, क्या चल रहा? मुंह धो क्या? कैमरे तभी ऑन करा रहा हूँ. Okay, so Windows. So this is my first machine, and this is my second machine, right? So what I'll do here in my first computer, test 123 is the password. Test 123 is the password. Okay, T is in uppercase. Okay, to test 123 password है, T बड़े अक्षरों में है. T is in uppercase. Okay, so this is the same lab you guys can use. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll assign a IPv6 address. So now you tell me. So if I'll go to this local area connection properties, go to IPv6 properties, and there I'm going to assign the IPv6 address. So what IP I'm going to assign? I'm going to assign this IP 2001.1234. Okay, 2001.1234001.000.000.12345 6 block, 7 block, and 8th block. Okay, so this is my first computer. I'm using like let's test for /80. Okay, so I'm going to use here subnet mask, subnet prefix 80. Okay, I do not have a default gateway. Do you have a router here right now? No. So we do not have to give a default gateway. So this is the IP address, IPv6 address we have given in the first computer. Okay, so now I don't know why it's detecting problems. Okay, let me check if IP is assigned or not. Go to status and check details. Okay, so can you see that my computer automatically shot down this address? Chota kar diya usko, right? It computer shot down this address with, and I'll show you how we will do that also. But we have given one IP in this machine, and in the second machine, In my second computer, I'm going to give IP now. Go to properties, IPv6. So in this machine, I'm going to use again 2001. Okay, so then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then 001, 0, 0, 0, 4th, 5th, 6th, and maybe last group, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So make sure you remember we have 8 groups. Okay. So now we have given 0, 0, 0, 2. Okay. Or maybe we can give 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. In the last block, I'll give here 1, 2, 3, 4. So now tell me if I give here /80. Okay. And if I try to ping, okay, if I give this IP and if I try to ping the first computer, which is 2001 1234 001 0000000001, can I ping this machine from this computer? क्या मैं ping कर सकता हूं इसको? I'm getting ping response, yes or no, guys? Yes, we are getting ping response. Okay, so now but computer automatically shut down this address. You can see computer ने इसको छोटा कर दिया. Computer made it a small address. How computer is making this small address? Then that we will see. But I hope you got the point how these two machines are in same network, because both the addresses, what you see here, okay, so both these addresses are in same network, because /80 means I'm going to check the first 5 groups. Okay, first 5 groups में match हो रहा है. देखो number both first 5 groups are matching. Yes or no? Correct? Got the point. Okay, so now in this lab, so what I'm showing you, let me, so the ping is working fine. I'll stop my Windows machine. Now we will consider this lab. Okay, so now tell me if this is the IP. So first of all, you need to understand the shortcut method, how computer make this small address. Okay, तो computer इसको छोटा address कैसे बना रहा है, तो हमें ये जानना है. Let's check 20. Okay, so let's write down the big address. So this is your address. So how computer make this small address? So as I told you, so whenever you get a consecutive set of zeros, okay, so when you get a consecutive set of zero, जब एक साथ zero में दिख रहे हैं आपको, okay, when you see a lot of zeros together, so you are going to shrink it down. You just remove them, and these what you get only double colon. Okay, let me show you again. So what I did here, all zeros, select all zeros, okay, and just remove it. So this is what your computer is doing. Clear? Yes, everyone. Okay, so and now this is called the first step. What I did is, yeah, I don't know why it's stopped. Yeah. So the first set is called replace consecutive zeros with colon. First step clear, everyone? Replace the consecutive zeros with colon. The second step is that eliminate the zeros, okay, which is actually what pre-zeros or what we call it. So just remember, you can see there are 3 zeros before a number. Okay, can you see this is 00001? Okay, so you can only remove if you have zeros before any number. Okay, but if you have 1,000,000, then you cannot remove. If you have 1,000, you cannot remove the zeros. But if you have zeros in front of any number, then you can replace them by saying 1, 2, 3, 4. Just write 1. Okay, then double colon, then again 1. Yes, so remove the zeros before any number. Clear, everyone? Okay, everyone clear? ठीक है, तो अभी हमें क्या करना है? So now you understand how computer make it short address. Okay, now we will see this lab. Okay, now tell me router and computer should be in the same network. My gateway address and my computer should be in same network. Yes or no? Yes. So the router ports which are connected together, router ports facing each other should be in same network. Router आमने सामने same network में होते हैं. Correct? Okay. And also the again gateway and this computer is also going to be in the same network. So what networks I have taken here? So you can see the first network I have taken here. Okay, so that is like 2001, something like that. Okay, so how to make a short address bigger? Again, this is the opposite thing. So first you count how many digits you see here. This is 64. कितने groups दिख रहे हैं आपको यहाँ पे? How many groups you able to see here? 1, 2, and 3. How many groups you see? 3. 1, 2, and 3, right? So it means how many zeros are between this? 5 set of zeros, because the total number, how many groups are there in IPv6? 8 groups. So how many groups are missing? 5 groups are missing. So it means I need to add 5 set of zeros, because if I want to make the bigger number of this, so it means because these are 3 digits. Okay, so there are 5 set of zeros between them. And then we have 1. And this 1 is actually 0001, because 1 is not a lone 1. So if it is a 1, it means this 1 is exactly 001. Right? So this is your number. So this is the IP address I have given on my router with the /64. So it means I'm going to match how many network bits? I'm going to match how many groups? The first 4 groups. 64 is first 4 groups, right? So now tell me, if I show you 2001, 1, 2, 3, 4, ::2. Okay, so ::2. If I again go back, so I have the same address 2002. And if I want to make this address bigger, so I'll get at this same number, but instead of in last 001, I'll get 2. Correct? So now if I use /64, if I'm going to use /64, why we use a double colon? Because we use a double colon to just eliminate all set of zeros. तो हम सारी zeros को हटा के सिर्फ एक double colon से represent करते हैं, so that we can short down the address. Okay, so that we can replace all consecutive zeros with a double colon, so that my address will shrink down to a small digit, small number. Okay, so again, the example I have taken in my first LAN network. So these are the 2 networks we have, right? Yes or no? This is the network we have. Yes. So if you check /64, how many groups we need to match? First 4. So now tell me if they are matching, yes or no? Correct? Okay, all done. Let's check the another group which is on my right side. So I have taken 2001 4321 : ::1. Okay. So in my second LAN network, we have this address. Okay. And if I'm going to make it big number, how I'm going to add, how many digits you think I am going to add here? कितने number जुड़ेंगे यहाँ पे? How many consecutive zeros I'm going to add? 5, because I can see 3 numbers here. Okay. So it means I have to add 5 set of zeros. One, two, three, four, 5. Why 5? Because जब मैं इसको count कर रहा हूँ ना, I'm getting 3 number here. When I count here 1, 2, 3, and the total number is 8. So 8 minus 3 is a 5 set of 0 is missing. So I added 5 set of zeros, and this one will become what? 0001. Okay. So in my computer, in my lab, on my device, I have taken 4321 : ::2. So the second device, in my computer, I am taking 2 here. So this IP address is your this number. So now I'm using /64. So it means 1 group 16 bits. So 4 group match होंगे. 4 groups are going to match. Okay, the first 4 groups are connected, right? Clear, everyone? Now you got to know like why we have given this type of network. Okay, and now let's check the ports which are between these two routers. Okay, so one side I have taken A, B, C, D. Why A, B, C, D? Because A, B, C, D is like a hexadecimal number. Okay, so I'm not adding this. This is my first router. So another router I have taken 2. So if I make this big number, okay, so I'm going to add a big number. So what is going to be my big digit number? 2001. How many digits are missing? Again, 5. So A, B, C, D, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got 0, 0, 1, right? So this is /64. Okay, so the another router I'm going to add here 0, 0. Okay, so again we have taken 64. Again we are going to match first 4 groups. So now tell me, all 3 networks are like so these 2 devices are in same network, yes or no? तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये आप लोगों से, so now tell me, so these 2 devices are in same network, yes or no? So these 2 devices are also in same network, yes or no? And these 2 devices are also in the same network. And all 3 devices, all 3 networks are in different network. Because you see here 2001, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you see 2001 ABCD. Here you see 2001 4, 3, 2, 1, right? All 3 are different networks also. Correct? So any doubts still here, guys? कोई doubt है अभी तक पूछो? Any doubt? I hope this is the easiest IPv6 class you ever had.
सर प्लीज ये जो आप नोटपैड पे नोट्स बना रहे हो वो सेंड कर देना,
Sure, I'll make it. I'll
क्योंकि
send.
सर कल वाले आप शायद भूल गए थे.
हाँ, no worries, I'll share.
Sir, one more thing.
Hello.
Auto save कर देता हूँ ये.
Sir, in
Hello.
routers like for IPv6 addresses,
Yeah.
do they have to change anything in them for the addressing? Because this seems like the whole thing is a bit different, right? For the routing tables and stuff.
Yeah, we
So-
need to do, like, I'll show you how to configure all this. But are you able to understand how I am going to, like, what is IP address and how these 2 machines are in same network? Are you able to understand that? This is what I am expecting to all of you.
Yeah.
From
Yes,
all
sir.
of you.
Clear.
को IP addressing समझ आए, बस वो जानना है मुझे. बाकी IPv6 अभी स्टार्ट होगा. Okay.
इसमें डिटेल का भी बहुत लगता है.
Yeah.
डिटेल वैल्यू इसमें भी
TTL value in IPv6, yeah, we do have TTL value in IPv6.
whenever सर आप जब पिंग करा रहे हैं तो उसमें डिटेल वैल्यू था नहीं.
Okay, I need to check. I think in IPv6 header we have TTL value. Yes, we do have. वो दिख नहीं रहा, वो देखेंगे अभी क्यों नहीं दिख रहा. We'll see.
Colon we can use only one time, na?
Yeah. So shall we start, or you guys need 2-3 minutes break to start the practical? चलो ले लो break, नींद में वैसे 5
Yes, sir.
minutes. Okay, let's take 5
for
minutes
5
break.
minutes.
Sir, one question. Like, if in a
Yes,
column we have 0011, so can we write it as 11 directly?
0001.
Sir, 0011, not 3 zeros, but only
Yeah,
2 zeros.
0011. Yes, you can write 11. Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so let's come back in 5 minutes, guys. Okay.
सर से हम लोग पे AB
I'll come back in 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back, guys. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Okay, so let's start the lab. My screen is visible. दिख रही है lab? Yeah, it's visible, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, Priyanshu. Okay, so let me start the lab. Okay, so start. Okay, so just these 4 machines I'm going to start. So first of all, you know how to give IP to computer, right? So IPv6. So let's configure these computers first. Okay, so this is the IP I need to give 2001 in these Windows machine. Okay, so first machine. So this is router 3. So this is router 4. And this is my another Windows machine, which is Windows 2 something. Okay, so I can select all the tabs by pressing shift button. And I can just drag these as a tab, okay? So that we can do lab in a particular manner. Okay, so this is my lab now. So this is Windows 1. So I'll give a password test 123. Okay, so there is another Windows machine where I'll give test 123. No. So the first machine I'm going to give IP ncpa.cpl. Okay, and I'll go to this LAN properties IPv6, and then I'm going to write down the short address only. I do not have to write the full address. Okay, like I have given the previously. तो मैं इसको shortcut वाला दे सकता हूँ. Okay, short address 1234::2 and 64, and the gateways 2001. Okay, 1234::1. Right? Okay. Okay. So this is my another Windows machine, okay, which is on the right side of this network. So where we have to give 2001:4321::2. Okay. So ncpa.cpl, go to properties, IPv6, go to this 2001:4321::2/64, and the gateway is 4321::1. Okay, so we have given the IP in this device also. So now let's configure router. I think this is more important for all of you. Okay, so generally this comes under CCNA, but again I tell you, like most of you maybe have not done. So this is why I'm covering this. Okay. Okay, so this is router 3 enable config t hostname router 3. Okay, please focus here. So router 3. So on this E00 interface E00, so my IP address is here, not IP address, it's IPv6 address. IPv6 address. So what is the address? 2001. Okay, 1234::1/64. Okay, without space. Okay, and then you can give here no shutdown. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. 1 minute दो मुझे. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so we have given IPv6 address 2001.123.4::1. Okay, on my another interface, which is E01, I'm going to give IPv6 address 2001 ABCD::1/64 again. Okay, so how to verify whatever IP you give in IPv6? Okay, show IPv6 interface brief. Okay, so can you see that IPs are assigned? Yes, so show IPv6 interface brief. And the same way, if you want to check the routing table, show IPv6 router. Okay, so just remember these two commands. Okay, the first command I would recommend you like to check here, show IPv6 interface brief. This is to check the IP addresses, and show IPv6 route to check the routing table. Okay. Okay, so now we will go to this router 4. So this is my another device. Yeah, so enable config T hostname router 4. Okay, interface E00 IPv6 address is 2001.4321:1/64. Okay, no shutdown. Okay, and there is another interface E01 IPv6 address 2001 ABCD::2/64. Okay, no shutdown. Okay, and so all the IPs are done. So can you ping router 3 IP? So let's try to ping the router 3 IP 2001 ABCD::1. So you can see I'm getting a ping response from router 3. It is like success 100%. Okay, so what do you think normally if this is your normal IPv4 class, CCNA समझो इसको. Okay, so do you think this computer can ping another network without routing? No, right? So if you go to this Windows machine and if you try to ping the second computer, which is like 20014321, let's try to ping 20014321::2. So what error you will get? Destination host unreachable or requested timeout, right? Whatever you get. So you are getting error. I'm not able to respond back. But can I ping my gateway? If you ping my router IP, can I ping my router IP? Okay, so ping 2001.123.4::1. So I'm getting a ping response from my gateway, right? But if I try to reach this network, I'm not able to go because there is a problem, because I'm not able to connect with the different network because we need routing. Okay, so as of now, like this is how you check IPv4 config. Okay, I'll show you what is we'll discuss about EUI also. Okay, what is EUI? Which is just like router is going to add address. Okay, I'll show you what is EUI. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so we'll discuss about Slack also, which is stateless auto IP addressing. Okay, but as of now, let's configure this thing. Okay, so पहले हम यही configure करते हैं. Okay, let's do the static routing in IPv6. So how to add a static route? Okay, so it's very simple. You just need to see what is my network ID. Okay, so tell me what is the network ID of router 4 LAN network. You can go to router 4 if you are getting confused about route network ID. Show IPv6 route. Okay, and then you can see show IPv6 route connected, and you can see these are my network IDs, right? Show IPv6 route connected will show me the network IDs Okay, so what is the network ID of this network? 2004.2001.4321:/64 means this one you need to replace it with 0. So 0 we do not count in IPv6. Okay. Yeah, so 64. Okay, so this is my network. I'm going to add this in router 3. So how to add in router 3? Config T, and I'm going to add IP, like we add static route by saying IP route. Yes. Yes, yes. So we will write here show IPv6 route. Okay, so what is my network ID of other side? 2001.4321:/64. Yes. So tell me, what is my next hop address on router 3? The next hop address is 2001. The neighbor IP ABCD::2. How simple is that? Easy, eh? Just you need to take your network ID, okay, and just you need to put down not subnet mask, you need to use /value, okay, and then the next hop address. It's easy, right? Okay, so what do you think? Can I ping now this from this computer to this computer? Can I ping now? Arijit is saying yes. Guys, I think you know, like we need to add the reverse path also. एक तरफ का route डाला है, router 4 जब वापिस आएगा, okay, when you ping from Windows 1 to Windows 2, your packet will go to Windows 2, but when Windows 2 come back to you, router 4 does not know about your LAN network. So we need to add the static route in router 4 also, and that route is router 3 LAN network, which is 2001.1234. So we will add here show IPv6 route connected. So what is the network ID of 1234? This is the network ID 2001.1234::64. Okay, so I'm going to add this network in my router 4. So config T IPv6 route 2001.1234::/64. So what is my next hop address, Ibran? Yes, tell me. You can unmute.
2001 ABCD :/64.
ABCD ::1. Do you think we need to add 64 in next hop? No. Just IP we need to give here. तभी कह रहा था. ध्यान दो. Okay. So we need to add the network ID, then the /value, and then we need to give the neighbor IP, but you do not have to mention the /64. Okay, now what do you think? Can I ping the Windows 1 to Windows 2? What do you think? How many of you think we can ping now? Okay, let's try. Okay. Okay, so by default, actually it's not, they will not ping, because by default your IPv4 routing is enabled, but your IPv6 routing is disabled. Okay, so by default in your routers, IP routing command is already there. तो ये कमांड पहले से आपके राउटर में होती है, इसीलिए आप IPv4 routing करते हो. Okay, so this IP routing command is for IPv4, which is already in your devices by default, but IPv6 routing is not there, so you need to give this command IPv6 unicast routing. So this is the command to activate IPv6 routing, and you need to give on router 3, plus you need to give on which router? Router 4 also. IPv6 unicast routing. Okay, so now if I try to ping from Windows machine to another device, so let's see. Are you able to see the reachability now, guys? Yes, we got the connectivity. Yes. 2 different networks we connected on IPv6 network. I hope this helps you and you got the confidence in IPv6 by doing this, right? I request everyone to do this lab, okay? Because if you do not this lab, maybe further classes, like when I'm going to take EAGRP, OSPF, okay, so then it can create a problem. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about this address, which is called EUI. Okay, so in IPv6, this is a different topic. Okay, EUI 64. तो ये क्या होता है EUI? So what is this EUI? Okay, so EUI is your computer has a MAC address, right? Or your router also has a MAC address on all the ports. By the combination of your MAC address, the router is going to automatically create IP address. Okay, so I'll show you. So first, let's discuss about EUI 64 in IPv6, how it works. Okay, so basically, let's check this image. This is better. Okay, so what is EUI 64? Okay, so also let me add the full form. This is called Extended Unique Identifier. Every time you do not have to remember the full forms, but it's okay to know, right? So this is your, this address is called EUI 64 is called your Extended Unique Identifier. So what happens? So suppose you do not want to give a big number, you do not want to give IP. Okay, so what happens? So your MAC address, okay, so your MAC address. So okay, tell me how many network bits we have. What is the slash value of IPv6? 128, right? So if your LAN network or in your network, if you are using /64, so what we can do, like we can just give the first 64 bits and the rest 64 bits router is going to make by its MAC address. Okay, so अगर आप 64 slash value use कर रहे हो ना, if you are using /64, so you just need to give the network ID. Router is going to give 64 itself by using his MAC address. So this is EUI 64, but your MAC address is how many bits, guys? 48. But how many? So as I told you, if we are using /64, then only we use EUI 64 because this is a /64 bit. So now just understand, suppose you have given any number 2001 1234 000 000. This is your first 64 bits. Yes or no? So ये मेरी 64 bits हैं. Yes or no? This is my first 64 bits. Okay. So the remaining 64 bits, router is going to use his MAC address. Let's suppose router has a MAC address 1234 5678 and ABCD. But the problem with this address, this is only 48 bit. समझ आ रहा है? तो आपने सिर्फ 64 bit खुद देना है. Router 64 bit अपने आप बना दे. Okay, you just need to give the first 64 bit any number. Rest 64 IP address is going to created with the help of router MAC address. So what is my router IP? 1234567 ABCD, but this is 48 bit. How I am going to make this 64? So router is going to add FF and FE. So these are 4 extra bit, right? So this is like one extra group you are getting. So this is added in between, and now you got the full address. This is how router create EUI 64. Okay, so there are a few other things we'll discuss, but let's try to give IP. I do not have the full address, just I'm going to use my network ID. So maybe I can give a network ID here. So let's use EUI 64. कैसे use करेंगे? Okay, so this is my router 3, and I'm going to say here interface E00. So first of all, you need to remove the previous IPv6 address, because if you do not remove, the router is going to take multiple addresses on the port. So fast, this is the pattern. Okay, this is why FFEF only, because this is the pattern. This is how they have designed. Okay, so this is just a number they have picked it so that you can adjust in any number. This is just to make your MAC address is already unique. Yes, yes or no? MAC address is already unique. You can take any number, but according to their design, they have taken FFF. Okay, so no IPv6 address 20011234::1/64. So first you remove address. Again, how you give a EUI 64 address? IPv6 address, okay, 2001.1234 colon, okay, then 64, okay, and then you type here EUI64. So what will happen automatically? The first 4 groups router is going to consider this is my network ID, and the rest 64 bits router is going to add from the interface. Which interface? E00 MAC address. I hope everybody knows on router all like all the interfaces of router has a MAC address. सारे router के हर एक port के ऊपर MAC address होता है. So we have given EUI64, and when you give this address and when you confirm by checking show IPv6 interface brief, so can you see the router has created itself a number, a big number? Yeah. And if you check this number, show IP, show interface E00, include, okay, just I want to check the MAC address. So you can say include BIA. BIA is your MAC address, okay, burn in address. So you can see my MAC address is, because if you do not use include command, it will show you big command. Include is just I want to see this line from this output. So ये just कुछ search करने के लिए होता है. This is a search pattern. That inside this command I am just searching for BIA. BIA stand for burn in address, which is your MAC address. Okay. So what MAC address you see here? AABB CC003200. So can you check here AABB CC, right? And after that FFFE added, and after that 03200. Yes, guys. दिख रहा है? Everybody. Okay. But there is a change here. Can you see that 8 here? Instead of AA, what I see here? A8. दिख रहा है? So my MAC address. So first of all, how I have given the EUI. So this is the command. So when I have given it on my interface E00, then you have given this. So what output you got then? So you got this output that you are getting this address. Okay, so how you got this address? Why you are not getting A? Because this is my first groups and there is a double colon, means there are 2 groups missing. Yes, because total groups are 8. So this is my network bit. Okay, so A, B, B, C, C. So this is your MAC address. FFFE is added, right? But MAC address दिख रहा है आपको यहाँ पे? Let me show you. Your MAC address is, this is your MAC address, right? So this is router E00, MAC is this address. So you see AABBCC, this is half. तो बीच में से इसको ऐसे half कर देना. You can just split it down, and just between this number you need to add what? FFFE. Okay, you need to add FFFE. But the problem is you can see double A here, but here you have A8. दिख रहा है एक digit थोड़ा आगे पीछे है. Okay. Yeah, there is a slightly a change. So what is this EUI? So there is a pattern in EUI, so which is actually followed. So this is why it is getting like this. So what happens? Like whatever number you have in the beginning. Suppose in my case we have what number? AA. Yeah. So this is the number we had, right? Double A. So if you write the binary of double A, how you write the binary of double A? Can anybody tell me what is A called in hexadecimal? 10. A is called 10. Right? Yes. And if you check the binary number of like 10, what is the binary number of 10? Just to check 8421. 8421. Okay, तो अब बताओ 10 कैसे बनेगा? वो 8 plus 2. This is 10100 is your binary number. Nilesh? What? No worries, bro. Okay, 8421. Again, you have 1010. 1010. So this is the binary of your double A. If you do not want to do all this calculation, go to calculator. Okay. I hope everybody knows how to use it. Okay, तो इसको कहाँ गया मेरा calculator? Just hold on. Why do not able to see? कहाँ है ये? Yeah, I got it. Right. So this is our calculator, and if you go to this programmer, okay, so just type here in hex, click on hexadecimal, type it double A, and what do you see? The binary number 10101010. Yes. Yes. Okay. So just if you do not understand what I'm teaching you right now, you have to learn decimal to hexadecimal. Okay, decimal to hexadecimal. पर ये number आ गया अब आपको. So this is the number we got, and according to UI, so the 7th number you need to always split it. So if it is 1, you need to make it 0. If it is 0, you need to make it 1. So the 7th digit I have to convert into, like, inverse karna hai. You need to inverse that number. So the 7th number is my 1. So then my binary digit will become what? 10101000. Yeah. I inverse the 7th bit of 1 to 0. This is the formula. In EY64, you need to change the 7th bit. So if you go back here and if you just check what is what is this binary number? Okay, so just hold on. Just hold on. Yeah. So if I type here 1010, okay, so 1000. So tell me the conversion of this hexadecimal is what? A8. So this is what my router is displaying here, right? This is what my router is showing you here, A8BB something. I hope that makes sense. And you got to know what is this and how we got this number. You need to inverse the 7th bit. This is the EUI formula. And this is why we got A8. So the final digit, what we are getting. So this is what we are getting. Because after inverse, you're supposed to get double A. You're supposed to get double A. But because of this inverse 7th bit, you are getting A8 here. Clear everyone? बहुत मुश्किल कॉन्सेप्ट है, बड़े बड़े लोगों को नहीं पता, मैं बता रहा हूँ, और तुम भी बड़े बड़े हो. Right? It's a definitely, like, many people they do not have this concept clear. So this is why. So is there any EUI 48 or no? We have EUI 64. This is what I know. Maybe it is there. You can check, but EUI 64 is there. So this is EUI 64. And suppose you join any company which those who are using IPv6, maybe they can ask you. Okay. So now that this is called EUI 64 with the combination of a MAC address. So this is how you give IP. Okay, you can check in the book and you can confirm like this. So now the second thing this is the last, I think, let's see, not last maybe. So this is called Slack. Okay, there is a chat software Slack in the market, if you know. Okay, just remember that word. So in IPv6 we have a Slack, but this is the spelling is little different, SLAAC, which is called Stateless Address Auto Configuration. तो इसका नाम क्या है? This is called Stateless Address Auto Configuration. Like you heard of APIPA, right? Automatically private IP addressing, right? The same way, like you have stateless address auto configuration. So right now what we are doing, so just imagine, like, we have configured router with just a random IP. Okay, so router is taking, like, using his MAC address and giving a very complex IP. What do you think? Do you think it's a complex address? Obviously yes, right? So ये है, ठीक है, it's a so definitely it's a good feature that it is using MAC address, but it's like creating a like complex, right? Because it's a complex address, it's very hard to understand this. But the address what we used earlier, it was very simple, right? So this is okay. UI 64 is okay. This is a concept, but the best thing, just imagine if you have 200 computers, Prakash. Focus here. So just imagine if you have 200 plus users. So just imagine if they automatically assign IP address like DHCP. Like in DHCP in IP4, automatically computer gets a IP address from the DHCP server. But what if your computer automatically gets the IP address by creating his MAC address? So DHCP still has issues, right? Because maybe if you have a static IP, still DHCP try to conflict these addresses. There are some issues with the DHCP. Okay, so I hope you know, right? तो हो सकता है address problem create करे. Just imagine, and you need to configure DHCP pools and all. So what if your all LAN network create all computers will use his MAC address, because MAC address is what? Unique. Yes. तो सारे MAC एड्रेस यूनिक होते हैं आपके पहले. तो जस्ट इमेजिन करो कि हर कंप्यूटर अगर MAC एड्रेस को यूज करके ही आईपी बना ले, तो क्या बढ़िया बात है. So if computers are using his MAC address and creating his own IP address, then this is like super awesome, right? So this is what we are learning in Slack. Okay. So stateless address auto configuration. So what you have to do? So under this router, you need to give this command. Enable Slack on a router interface on your LAN port, on your gateway LAN port. You just need to give this command IPv6 address auto config. क्या command देना है? Interface GI00 IPv6 address auto config. So what is the process? Your computer, okay, computer is going to send. So what happened? What is the process? Computer is going to send his MAC address plus his link local address. In the beginning of class, I told you all computers generate link local address. I told you to check your command prompt. Yes or no? ये address दिख रहा है आपको? This is your link local address. Dev, check your mobile later on. Yeah. Okay. So FE805456 B84. This is a big number. So how computer gets automatically addressed? So they send a message which is called router advertisement. Which message? Router RA. Short form is RA. Router advertisement. Give his MAC address and give his link local address to the router. And then router is going to check, okay, details. And then router is going to respond back, okay, with some configuration. Router is only going to give what? Network ID. So router क्या करेगा? Router is going to give the network ID because this computer does not have the router ID. Network ID, you can say network ID. है ना? So right now, if you see this lab, okay. So what is my network ID? Just leave this. But if you see this address, so /64, my network ID is like 2001.123.4.0.0.0.0. Yes. So my network ID of this network is 2001.123.4.0.0.0.0.0 right now. Yes or no? यही है मेरा network ID. This is my network ID. Because this is my remaining 64 bits, I told you. Yeah. So this is my network ID, right? Yeah. So because this address is 64, but this is your first 64 bit. So this address you need to give to your computer. So computer will use his MAC address, add FFFE, but this address is computer is going to take from which router? Your router 3. So because router 3 is the gateway. So computer is going to send RA message to router 3, and router 3 is going to give the network ID to this device, and computer is going to use his MAC address and bundle his MAC address with this address. Okay, so how to configure that? So you need to configure that with IPv6 address auto config, that please all LAN devices, please do all auto configuration, use your own MAC addresses. Siddharth, you can check. Obviously, they will work. Okay, Siddharth is asking if we give this command between router to router port, then router will generate automatically IP or not. I think yes, they will generate. Okay, so but let's give IPv6 address auto config. IPv6 on E00. E00 IPv6 address auto config. Okay, now if you go to this machine, so earlier what we have given the static IP. Okay, now I'm going to remove the static IP from this. Okay, so I'll go and just click by default. So by default option is this automatically. Okay, click on OK. And just in this lab, you can disable and enable the adapter. Okay. Sometimes if you do not get IP, so it's always better to disable and enable. Okay. Now router advertisement is sent. Router is going to give me the network ID, and let's check what IP I'm going to get here. So just wait for some time. Status details. Okay, can you see that, guys? This is my MAC address. Okay, 5002001. Okay, and this is almost the same address, like it's allocated here, 2001. This is the network ID. And then after that, 5CN500 some digit added with the help of your MAC address and your link local address. Actually, it's created, right? You can see your link local address and IPv6 address. Okay, it's not using, because link local address also created with the help of MAC. So your link local network ID is gone. ये देखो FE80 हट गया यहाँ से. Okay, FE80 is removed, and instead of your FE80, we have network ID 20011234. But rest all the address, okay, rest all the address is almost same. Okay, 1234 5C95. Okay, C, you can see here 042034C98A something. Okay, means your computer automatically got an IP address. You guys go and check IP config. Okay, so this is the address we got. (5C9B) something. Okay, so you are getting some temporary address also. So this is, I think this is like on temporary basis. Maybe from this side, because we configured UI, because of that we are getting. Maybe let me check. I'll get back to you on this temporary address. Okay, I have to check. So normally we are getting this address 20011234. So your preferred address is the main address. This is your main address, 1234 section. Okay. So this is your Slack. In this side also, if you want your computer to automatically get computers get IP address with the help of your link local address. So in this router also, you need to go to the LAN port E00 Ipv6 address auto config. Okay, that's it. And you just need to go to your computer, go to your properties, go to Ipv6 address automatically. Okay, and just try to enable the adapter. Okay, this is not required in the real device. Okay, so this is lab. Okay, inside lab there is a virtualization. So I recommend you to just disable enable. And then after that you will see the Ipv6 address here, 20014321. So this process is like your what we call Slack. So where computer send his MAC address plus link local address to the router, and then router is going to forward the network ID to the device, and router is the computer is going to add his link local address, but remove the FE80 and append this number, this digit here. तो ये वाला digit यहाँ पे लग जाएगा और ये एक IPv6 global unicast address बन जाएगा. Okay, it will form a global unicast IP address with the help of link local address, and this link local address is actually created with the help of MAC address. Okay, so and how you can check if auto configuration is enabled or not? This is the command. Okay, so you guys can go to the router and check. Okay, so this is the command show IPv6 interface E00. Okay, and here you guys can see stateless address auto configuration is enabled. Okay, how you will check if auto configuration is enabled? So with this command you can check show IPv6 interface E00 stateless address auto config enabled. Okay, so we'll check the DHCP. So we can create a DHCP pool also. Like suppose you do not want to use this like you want to use it. Stateless means it's not dependent. So stateful, like although a device is able to determine IPv6 address default gateway with Slack, so there is not much. So हम DHCP क्यों use कर रहे हैं? My question to all of you, Ankit, what's going on, man? So whenever you feel like you are getting like, obviously this is many of you do not have a habit to wake up at like late night. So whenever I give breaks, at least wash your face. Okay, whenever I take breaks also, I also go. Okay, so when I have a passion to teach, so you should have a passion to learn, right? So you can just wake me up at like 2 a.m. in the night also, I'm still like that. ठीक है, तो तुम बोल नहीं रहे इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि नींद में हो. देखो ये चीज आज लाइव क्लास में पढ़ लोगे ना, तो बार बार वीडियोस नहीं देखने पड़ेंगे, समझ रहे हो? Else you have to again spend 2-3 hours by watching video. वीडियो पूरा देखने का जरूरत नहीं होता है. Okay, so maybe you, when you get a doubt, then only you get and check the recorded video. Just imagine if you attend 3-hour live classes just for sake of because you have paid for the course, okay, and you are not. I hope you got my point, right? So be attentive in your classes, live classes, and the guys who are not actually turning on their web cameras. So on your certificate, I'm going to mention that you attended full course without camera. So B grade, I'll not give you B like A grade. तुम्हारा एक A से B ग्रेड तो अभी कर दिया मैंने, और बोलो जिनके कैमरे ऑन नहीं. ब्रिज मोहन, महेंद्र, शैलेंद्र, ये सब NDR है ना लास्ट में, जिनके है ना सारे कैमरे ऑफ करके बैठे. Okay, so stateful DHCP, yeah. So why we need DHCP when Slack is already helping us? Slack क्या कर रहे हैं? Slack is giving you all IPs. Then why we need DHCP? So I hope you got my point. Okay. So in DHCP yesterday we discussed, in DHCP we can send DNS details. Yes or no? We can send DNS details. We can send a lot of TFTP configurations. Okay, we can send network time protocol configurations. So still DHCP is important. We cannot just eliminate DHCP from my IPv6 network. Slack is a good, like definitely it's a good feature when you do not want DNS, TFTP, NTP details in your computers. तो अगर सिर्फ आपको कंप्यूटर को IP देना है ना, तो Slack is best. Okay, if you just want to give IP address to your computers, Slack is okay. But if you want to give network time protocol or DHCP details, TFTP details, because in DHCP you can send a lot of configurations. So then DHCP v6 is required. So then how you can configure DHCP pool? So this is the command, guys. So you can go and create the same pool like we configured in IPv4. Okay, तो आप normally pool configure कर सकते हैं. So let me remove the auto configuration first. Okay, so that router can check. Okay, Surinder. So I'll go to E00. Okay, and then what is the command? IPv6 address auto config. Okay, this was the command. So let me remove that. तो मैंने remove कर दिया command. So what we will do here now, we will be configuring DHCP pool for IPv6. Okay, so what is my network ID? First of all, let's get show IP route connected. So this is my network ID. Okay, so show IPv6. Okay, sorry, show IPv6. Okay, so this is my network ID for this network, right? Yes or no? Whenever you get confused about network IDs, you can run this command show IPv6 route connected to get your network IDs. So now I'm going to create a DHCP pool, IPv6 DHCP pool. Okay, and then DHCP, you can just give a name here, like suppose you give your name, let's call NW Kings IPv6. Okay, whatever. And then you type your address prefix. Okay, you need to enter your network ID. So whatever network you want to give here, so I want to give the exact, this is my network. So I will give here address prefix. Okay, and whatever, like you have a DNS or domain name, whatever details you want to give, like cisco.com, okay, or maybe you want to give DNS details like 2001, okay, whatever, right? So DNS भी देना है आपको, बहुत सारी चीजें देनी है, DB8, okay, like if you have a DNS of IPv6, then you can assign. So this is how you create a DHCP pool, okay? And also if you go and check your computer now, because I configured on this router 300, and this is how you configure. You can check in the book also. So now I'll go back here. Again, I should disable and enable this adapter because Slack and DHCP both are automatically addresses. तो दोनों address मेरे क्या automatic address हैं. So I just disable and enable again, but this time stateless is off and DHCP is on. So this time I'm expecting router to give me a DHCP IP. Okay, so let's check a status details. Okay, so I configured on right port, right? 20011234::64. This is okay. Okay, looks like I have configured perfectly. Okay, so we can configure by check. We can check confirm by show IPv6 DHCP binding. Okay, let's check if we have. So binding means like if any device is getting DHCP IP or not. So we cannot see any IP here. Okay, I think auto config on तो नहीं रखना है, बस मुझे ये जानना था. Or maybe it does not work with EUI. So there are some exceptions. Let's see. Okay. We have not mentioned the pool name under the interface. Okay, so do we have this kind of command? Under the interface, okay, let's check if my device is showing me that I am in my router is automatically going to pick the interface, I think. No, it's not showing me. Okay, so is there any command? Yeah, this is the command. Okay, yeah, I got it. Sorry. So in IPv4 we do not give this command, but in thanks Chandan. So under interface E00 you need to add extra one command here. Okay, so that is your IPv6 DHCP server and the pool name. So what pool name we configured? NW Kings IPv6. So you need to configure this under the interface. Okay, that's it. And now let's try to check. And what is my Windows machine? Windows 1. Okay, let's check again. It's okay to have problems even when I'm teaching, so that we can see how actually if you get at this kind of problem, how we can troubleshoot, right? So now let's go to router 3 and check if my interface is connected. So you can see NW Kings it's enable, and if I see a binding here, it's not showing me any binding. So means the computer is not getting any IP till now. क्यों नहीं उठा रहा है? Okay, so this is how my computer is going to show me link local address, and whatever address the DHCP is going to assign, this is what we are going to see here. Okay, so the configuration is okay, I think. Just मुझे अब ये लग रहा है कि EUI हटाना पड़ेगा, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. देखते हैं बाकी. Okay, let's check. One IP I'm getting here, but still that is the old one. And it will be configured on E00. Show IPv6 interface E00. Okay, so you can see here, stateless command is gone. Yeah, we have already removed the auto config. You can check here, show running configuration interface E00. This is to check the all configuration on my E00 port. Okay, so you can see already that command is already not there. So we have IPv6 address, but I think let's try to change this EUI. Okay, so let's try to change this interface with no. EUI को हटा के देखते हैं. Maybe EUI and Slack has a combination. IPv6 address 200.1.1.2.3.4. Okay, let's give here ::1/64. Okay, so now इसको नहीं हुआ तो देखेंगे दोबारा. Actually, normally in industry we do not use this. Okay, IPv6 is very new, and many companies are still not using it. Okay, it's like, but why we all have to learn? Because the current companies or the next generation, okay, of network engineers, they all have to work on IPv6. Okay, this is why in new CCNP, Cisco has added IPv6 for all topics. Okay, तो अभी भी नहीं उठा रहे हैं IP. Okay, show IPv6. I think इसको ना हम दोबारा टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. Maybe I have configured auto config and the device is still taking that IP. So what we can do here, the last thing what I can try as of now. Okay, so I can just shut down this device. Okay, so whenever your computer gets stuck or maybe you feel like it's not working properly, you can right click here, wipe. Okay, wipe is just to remove all the configuration. Okay, अब मैं दोबारा try करता हूँ इसको. This is like, I just reset this device. Maybe this will help us. Default router command maybe. No. तुमने पहले किया ही, तुक्के मारी जा रहे हो ऐसे ऐसे. संतोष, रसगुल्ला डाल दूं मुंह में? और वो भी पूरा वो कोलकाता वाला, इतना बड़ा मुंह खोल के वासी ले रहा है. Okay, so NC. So LAN network status detail. Okay, so again I'm getting this IP. Okay, so let's test what IP we are getting here. Show IP is a DHCP binding. Still it's not showing me. Okay, so IP address is configured properly. Let's check show IP DHCP pool. तो pool में तो गड़बड़ नहीं है क्या? So this is the address 200.1.1.2.3.4:64. Active clients 0. Okay, my DHCP v6 not working properly. Okay, so we need to troubleshoot that. Okay, so let's check another lab for like DHCP VCP v6 Cisco. Document में आपको कुछ ना कुछ पता चल जाता है. So this is a DHCP for Cisco, and this is the lab. And how to configure stateless DHCP v6 device config T, IPv6 DHCP pool, DNS server, domain name, exit, interface. Okay, एक ये कमांड दिख रही है मुझे, IPv6 and ND other config flag. Set the other stateless configuration flag in IPv6 route RA. So maybe this is what we have to add. Okay, this is your stateless DHCP v6 client. If you want to make your router as like the DHCP receiver. ये देखो एक कमांड हर जगह दिख रही है, दिख रहा है IPv6 ND other config flag. So this command is to activate, I think, route advertisement messages. I think this command we can try. Okay, we can go to this E00. Okay, if this does not work, I'll get back to you. Okay, maybe in weekdays, I'll create a small video again and upload it to your portal. Okay, if this works fine. Okay, and you guys keep discussing this in the chat, but let me check if this works fine. IPv6ND. Okay, so the command was IPv6ND RA something. Okay, क्या command था मैं फिर भूल गया. IPv6ND other config flag. IPv6ND other config flag. Okay, so something like IPv6. Like, let's try to disable and enable it back. Okay, let's check show IP. So how to verify DHCP pool? Still, I'm not getting any active client here. That's the problem. I need to troubleshoot this. Okay, so we have added the command. Everything is okay. So, okay, command मुझे याद आ रहा है. So if I go to E00 IPv6 enable, I'm just looking at this command. Maybe that helps. Okay, so this is the last test. I have to then give you the solution on weekdays. Okay. Let's wait for some time. Okay, so ये एक document है. So I can add this link also if you guys want to read yourself. Okay, all these. Okay, so this is, so if we test, yeah. Okay, so these are the messages we have in DHCP v6. Okay, so DHCP v6 like solid kit. Okay, advertise, request and reply. Same like discover, offer, request and acknowledgement. Okay, so solid kit, advertise, request and reply. So this solid kit is like discover message to check where is my DHCP server. Advertise is similar like your offer, that what a message or what address you are offering. Okay, request message that please confirm all like your request packet, similar like DHCP. Okay, and replies your like your acknowledgement packet. Like DORA process है ना जैसे IPv4 में, right? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. The same way you have like SARR. Okay, solicit, advertise, request and reply. So this is like your discover packet. This is like your offer packet. Okay, that it is going to offer you an address. Request packet, please give me further details, and replies your acknowledgement. So those who do know DORA process, I hope they are able to understand this. And there are other messages also like release message to give me the new IP. Decline means if a DHCP server want to decline any request. Okay, so renew means if a DHCP router wants to, or your computer wants to renew the IP addresses. Okay, similar like DHCP, you have DHCP messages. And how you configure relay agent. Okay, yesterday we have done relay agent in IPv4. Okay, if you have not done that, please watch yesterday class. So in DHCP relay, like in DHCP v4, we give IP helper address command, right? How to make a DHCP router as a DHCP, what we call relay agent. Yeah, Surujan, क्या हो गया? Feeling very tired. Huh? Okay, no worries. I'll close the class. Don't worry. Okay, so I think feel like it's like IPv6 actually it's not very easy topic. Okay, and according to Cisco book, they have just added the topic in the second chapter only. Okay, no worries. Okay, so but yes, this is the expectation from your batch. okay, that you should ping from one network to another network on IPv6, and this is you guys already know. तो expectation इस batch से ये है कि आप सभी लोग ये वाला लैब कर सकें. Theory, it's very rare people will ask you IPv6 theory question in an interview. Okay, not rare, maybe some will ask you very basic questions. Okay, but it's I do not feel like still many companies will ask you DHCP V6 messages. Okay, or maybe they will ask you about DHCP V6 in detail or something, but still you got to have a very good knowledge. Okay, so if you just understand solicit, advertise, request, and what we call reply, so 4 message याद रखना बहुत है. Okay, and rest all the things are okay. And this is just you can test about routing table and all, and this is what you can check further. Okay, इसमें और भी 2-4 चीजें हैं, like next time we'll see. Okay, and remember the AD values. I hope this is already you know in CCNA. Okay, for static route we have AD value 1, EAGRP has 5. For summary route, EBGP 20, EAGRP 90, OSPF 110, ISIS 115, RIP is the routing information protocol 120. ODR is not used, but it has 160. ODR अब use नहीं होता. EAGRP external 170. IBGP is 200. So BGP has 2. One is EBGP and one is IBGP. So इसको याद रख लेना है थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? तो कई बार in some companies like just for the first rounds people will ask you AD values. Okay. So static route, we already know how to configure IPv4 static route, right? This is how we give IPv4 static route. And if you want to give IPv6 static route, this is I have already shown you today. तो आज IPv6 static route भी हमने कर लिया है. Okay, so for IPv6 static route, so this is the command we have used. Yeah, correct. Okay, so this is just some tickets, double ticket. Just try to check all. Just it's like basic theory. They will give you some basic guidance. Okay, what to check, what not to check. So looks like this is okay. Okay, try. So in this week we will discuss these 5 tickets. Okay, if you do this lab, तो अगर ये lab आपका पूरा हो जाता है, इसके अंदर कुछ 4-5 tickets हैं. Okay, trouble ticket 1, trouble ticket 2, and all. So we all, like including me also, like we will be discussing these things in the chat group. Okay, for next 5 days. Okay, but before like within like next 1 or 2 days, so we'll discuss like day after tomorrow. कल आजादी का महोत्सव मनाओ तुम. Okay, so enjoy Independence Day. Okay, but from Tuesday we will discuss all these basic trouble tickets in the chat group. Okay, so I hope this is okay guys for today, right? Any doubts you guys have? Yeah, IPv6 doubt भी हो रहे हैं क्या तुम्हें? It's yeah, Hitesh, tell me.
सर स्लैक का पूछना था सर. अगर हम राउटर्स के इंटरफेसेस को आईपी दे देते हैं, सिर्फ उसके बाद हमें सिर्फ मतलब सिस्टम्स के लिए हमें एक कमांड चलानी है आईपी वर्जन 6 एड्रेस ऑटोकॉन.
Yes, correct. In the router, you just on the LAN port, okay, on the gateway port, or you can say the port which is connected to the LAN network, there you need to give IPv6 address autocon.
So the system will get the
system will send a RA message. In the RA message, the computer will send his MAC address plus link local IP, and router is going to give you the network ID, and network ID और link local को map करके वो एक अपने आप IP बना लेता है. Okay?
So thank you so much.
सर IPv6 में DNS कौन सा यूज करेंगे?
DNS Google का हो सकता है, कोई भी just go and check Google IPv6 DNS. Okay, so there is a number here 20014860. Let me put down in the chat. So this is the Google IPv6 DNS address. Shared in the chat, please check. If you really want to connect internet, this is like 8.8.88. So 2001 4860 4860 8888.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, Harikant.
Sir, if we have a DHCP version 6, so when will we use Slack? Slack concept actually. And why?
See, Slack is like very easy. Like you just give one command, Ipv6 address autoconfig. Ho gaya. Okay. So in companies, I think DHCP v6 will be more popular than Slack, because in Slack, you cannot send your DNS details. You cannot send your network time protocol details. Still DHCP v6 is used. So Slack is the option to automatically get IP address, but still we will be using DHCP v6 because it will give you more options. But if you just want to transfer the data, if you just want to have just internal communication, there we can use Slack. Okay, rest have a look about Slack and DHCP. Okay, there is slightly a difference, but DHCP v6 is more powerful.
Sir,
Yeah?
actually when we are using like हम IP route देते हैं तो उसमें जैसे कि हम any को देने के लिए 000 we can use it for. तो IPv6 में क्या यूज करना पड़ेगा, like any host और any कहीं पर भी ट्राई वो route जाने के लिए?
क्या कह रहे हो?
सर IPv4 में हमें जैसे कि कोई राउट देना पड़ता है, हम स्पेसिफिक राउट ना देने के बदले एनी दे देते लाइक 0.0.0.0.0.
The default route.
Okay, default. Okay, will
IPv6 में क्या करना पड़ता है?
So just :/0.
:/0.
Yeah, so the command is like, if you want to set a default route, let me show you on my screen one. Okay, so suppose you want to set up a default route, you will give IPv6 route, okay, : /, okay, and then just give whatever next hop you have. Okay.
Okay,
so
sir.
this is just a test default route I created. Okay, I'll show you this is what is the use of that, but you can see a default route here. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes. Yes.
Sir, if we have so much IPv6 address, then do we need NAT?
What?
If we have so much IPv6 addresses, then do we need a NAT?
No NAT is required in IPv6. NAT की जरूरत ही नहीं है, because you have a lot of IPs, right?
Sir, without NAT we can go to the internet.
Yes, all IPs are internet, na? 2001 IPs. Obviously, you will get IPs 2001 and all. You will, if you have internet connection, and if you have 2000 series IP, 2000 any number, 200, 2001, 2002, all IP starting from 200. Okay, ये नंबर कहां से कहां तक जाता है मैं बताता हूं आपको. So global unicast IP go from 2000 to 3FFF. So any number between this number, all your public IPs. Global unicast range. Okay.
तो हम लोग WAN के लिए IPv4 और LAN के लिए IPv6 यूज कर सकते हैं?
Yes, we can use that. Yes. So that concept is called like tunneling,
So
right? IPv4, IPv6 tunneling. Tunneling means you are going to forward IPv6 address inside IPv4. Okay. So this is the network. Okay. So just you can see here. जैसे से dual stack भी कह सकते हो आप कि maybe head office and branch office you have IPv6, but you are transferring the data on IPv4. So that what you have to do, you need to create a tunnel which is called dual stack tunnel. So you will send details, you will send your IPv6 details inside IPv4. So there are options available, just I'm telling you.
सर मैंने आपको एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था सर नॉइजी पे, जो हमारा स्विच है ना पैकेट ट्रेसर में क्यों मतलब कि ब्रॉडकास्ट करते रहता है.
हाँ
वो क्यों करता है सर?
ब्रॉडकास्ट करता रहता है, कहाँ करता है?
मतलब सिमुलेट हम ऑन करते ही अपने आप वो ब्रॉडकास्ट
अच्छा अच्छा, so when you connect like switches like this you are talking, right? Suppose if 3 switches are connected and you have, ऐसा कुछ कह रहे हो ना?
हाँ
But
हाँ, और
if you turn on
सिमुलेट ऑन करते हैं।
yeah, when you simulation mode or when you press like that, it will show you some packets, right? This is what you are saying. So these are spanning tree protocol messages, because after every 2 seconds device send a spanning tree protocol BPDUs. पढ़ा है BPDU क्या होता है? Bridge protocol data units. Every switch, all switches send BPDUs after every 2 seconds to each other so that they can select who is my root bridge. ये स्पैनिंग ट्री प्रोटोकॉल चेक करता है ना, लूप कौन से पोर्ट को ब्लॉक करना है।
या इलेक्शन।
बट क्या होता है कि ये ड्रॉप हो जाते हैं पैकेट। मैंने जब एक टोपोलॉजी बनाया था उसमें
so what I recommend you when you do simulation, click on whenever you test anything in the packet tracer for simulation, click on simulation. So by default all protocols are enabled. Can you see that?
Okay.
So you can just click here, show none, and whatever protocols you want to test, suppose you want to test ICMP, so you can just select ICMP for ping packets. And suppose you want to only test DHCP, you can test only DHCP, that's it. So it means only DHCP, ICMP packets, packet tracer will show you. Rest packets, it will not show you.
Sir,
okay. Yeah.
Sir, can you explain about IPsec?
IPsec. So IPv6 is a very big topic, yeah. Like I cannot explain this in 10 minutes.
आपने जो बुक दी थी वो IPv6 has native support for IPsec.
No. What's your question? You want to understand IPsec, right?
In short, explain.
Okay, तो मैं एक वीडियो देता हूँ, तो मैं ये देख लेना. So उसी से आपको VPN का पूरा IPsec समझ आएगा. Okay. So this is my video only. I'm not giving any other video. So IPsec, to understand IPsec, all of you need to watch this. Okay, so this is the link.
Sir, VPN से related भी और कुछ है तो
इसमें है, आप देखो, इसमें VPN काफी क्लियर होंगे आप. Okay, so I'm closing for the day, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay,
Happy Independence Day. All.
Happy Independence Day in next few minutes.
Happy Independence Day, sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Happy Independence.